Hello everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how to master proximity effects in After Effects using the new Proximity Pro v1.0. Let's get started. Interface overview first, let's take a look at the interface. I designed the UI to be classic, compact, and easy to understand so it fits perfectly into your workspace. I've also included a smart scroll bar, so you never have to worry about resizing the panel, it just works. The UI is divided into three main sections: Controller Setup, Target Properties, and Execution. Section 1. Generating null controllers. Let's jump into the controller setup. You have two main options here: Create Path Controller and Gen Nulls. We'll start with Gen Nulls. I have a grid of shapes here ready to go. I'll simply click Gen Nulls, and the plugin automatically adds a controller layer to the timeline. You can also specify the count if you need multiple controllers at once. Applying the effect now, let's make the shapes react. Step 1. Select all the layers you want to affect. Step 2. Ensure the mode is set to null since we are using a null controller. Step 3. Choose the property you want to animate. Step 4. Click Apply and Save. At first, nothing might happen, and that's normal. Move controller around to check result. Here, you can tweak the radius to adjust the influence range. Attract and Repel is a property which control intensity to attract and push objects from controller. You can control it and get desired results. Let's add another property. I select Scale and apply on all selected layers. Now position and scale, both reacting based on controller in real time. Or the scale intensity to control how much they grow or shrink. Removing and changing properties. What if you want to remove an effect? Easy. Select your target layers again, check the property you want to remove like scale, and click Wipe Expert. This cleanly removes the expression without breaking your layer. Same for other properties. Let's try a different property, opacity. Select the layers, check opacity, and hit apply. You can change radius, opacity, intensity, fall off from effect control panel. Now, as I move the controller, the opacity reacts based on the radius and fall off sliders in the effect controls. See that if you unselect any properties and hit wipe expression, then nothing happens. So keep in mind to select property before you want to remove and. This step applicable for all button in execution panel. Color System. Proximity Pro also handles color beautifully. Select your layers and check color activity. Once applied, go to the controller's effect settings. You also have a color strength slider, which lets you control the intensity of the color blending. You'll see color from and color to. You can now smoothly blend between colors based on distance. There is also a checkbox to use layer color if you want to blend from the original color of the shape. 3D capabilities. Let's look at 3D. Important. Make sure your shape layers are converted to 3D layers first, or this won't work. You can apply 3D rotation X, Y, or Z for complex motion. You have full control over rotation, so you can easily orient objects in any direction. Next, let's talk about the 3D Look At feature. This is a smart tracking tool that forces your shape layers to rotate and face the controller. The effect is reactive. When the controller is far away, your layers stay in their original position. As the controller moves closer, the layers automatically turn to look at it. You can adjust the 3D Look At strength slider to control how strictly they follow the controller. This is perfect for creating dynamic grids where objects notice the controller as it passes by. Path Controller. Now, let's talk about the path mode. Click Create Path Controller. You will see a prompt reminding you to draw a path. Select the new path _ control layer and use the pen tool to draw a mask or shape path. Now, switch the mode on the plugin to path, select your shapes, and hit apply. The layers will now react to the nearest point on that path curve, rather than a single point. This feature gives you more control to create stunning visuals. 2D Lookat and Anchors for 2D workflows. The 2D Lookat feature is amazing for things like eyes or pointers. For this to work best, your anchor points need to be centered. If they aren't, just select your layers and click the Fix Anchors button in the Setup panel to automatically center them. Unlike the 3D version, this works on standard 2D layers. When you apply it, the plugin calculates the angle needed for the top of your shape to point directly at the controller. A quick tip: for this to work perfectly, your shape should be pointing up by default. Also, because this relies on rotation, your anchor point must be in the center. If it's off-center, the rotation will wobble. Once applied, you can use the 2D Lookat strength slider to decide if the object should lock onto the controller completely or just slightly turn towards it as it passes. Now, let me show you how to use the Bake Keys feature. I've created a simple proximity animation to demonstrate. First, select all the layers you want to bake. Next, make sure you check the specific properties in the panel that you want to convert, like scale or position, and then hit Bake Keys. As you can see, the expressions are instantly converted into keyframes. In this demo with only 5 layers, it's done in seconds. However, for larger scenes with more than 50 layers, this process is resource-intensive and could take 10 to 15 minutes depending on complexity, so please be patient. Once the baking is complete, the animation freezes. The controller will no longer influence the layers because the link has been removed. If you ever want to start over, it's simple. Select all your layers and check the properties you want to reset, then hit Wipe Keys and reset. Think of this as a hard reset button. It removes all keyframes and expressions, restoring your layer back to its default state. This feature keeps your entire workflow non-destructive, so you can experiment without fear of ruining your animation. If you ever see the progress bar get stuck, just hit Refresh UI to clear it. And that's Proximity Pro. If you want to get script check, link in description and pinned in comment. For feature suggestions, bug reports, or help, DM me on Instagram at motionkit_. I'm always happy to help. Thanks for watching.